Truth Man here. Hey, y'all listen up, guys. I'm about to start a new series. I got these modern women on the ropes, and I'm getting ready to TKO. The ref gonna have to come in and stop this fight because I'm getting ready to finish them off. Pause. But I have yet another porn star that is busting these women.
This paper right here.
Hold on.
So looking at
busting these women's bubble. The content creator is a content creator by the name of Hink. And I'm going to let his video play in the background. Feel free to go check out the videos on this channel, fair use. He did a good job of scraping them up as well. But listen, guys, women, and I'm confident in mine. I'm confident in mine. Like, I'm above average, y'all. Based on the average, doing pretty good. But here's what I want you to realize, and we're talking about penis size. Women use that to control men and to make them insecure. In particular, guys that they're angry at, whether it's at the moment or guys that they're no longer with. I'm going to take their stinger out. And that's what we call in this series. Taking the stinger out of modern women. Picture a bee. A queen bee with no stinger. You'll be like, oh, how cute. How colorful. Because she can't do no damage. Y'all let these women damage y'all. And they can't. Man, I can, look, man. I'm sorry, Most High. I'm telling you, he want me to talk about this. But some of the things I'm going to say, it's going to be me in my own way. They use that to bring y'all down. Bring you down. It don't matter how big you is. If she knows she going to get under your skin with that, that's what she's going to say. That's what she's going to say. I mean, I done heard lies like, well, you the biggest I ever had. Then down the line, well, you were the fattest, but probably not the longest. And all this other stuff. I'm like, man, I don't even care. F what you talking about. Because you're a liar. That's how I look at it. Like, we are too nice to them sometimes. And some of y'all dudes, y'all won't even approach a woman for fear that she's going to say that about you. Some of them are going to say that. But is it true or not? Let's see. I'm finna let this video play. I'm going to be pausing it. Here we go.
Woman from this industry that's used to having the biggest of the big and is like, I don't want those massive D's. And in fact, she says that some of the best big O's that she's had have been from average sized D's. And so, like, already actually I'm really liking this interview because it is actually in line with reality. I know there's that saying, oh, it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean, but there honestly is a lot of truth to that, especially if you can do your job and make sure your chick is like in the zone when you're with her.
Now, just another thing y'all got to understand about them. If she's holding a grudge against you, if you divorce her, if you break up with her, this is how it is. Before y'all break up, if she's not having sex with you, then her sexual tension is going to build up. So that whoever she gets with, she's going to automatically, if she likes him, tell him the same thing. He's the biggest. He's the best. But I'm here to take the stinger out of them. I'm here to render them powerless. Look, 2 inches. This is 2 inches. So if a dude is 2 inches bigger than another dude, it ain't gonna be no difference. The only thing that's gonna be, the main difference gonna be who she likes more. Who she more emotionally attached to. Do you know how much bigger you have to be than a guy for it to matter? Like physically, for it to physically matter? It comes down to, and I just had a conversation with somebody. They told me, another person said the dude that was average was the best. She said He ain't had no big 8D, but he was way better than the ones that did, because he knew how to XYZ. Basically, she was saying that he knew how to perform foreplay. And let's go here. I measured mine. I'm not going to say what it measured out to, but it's substantially above average. Now, I also noticed that sometimes I'm bigger than other times. It just depends on my excitement level and my stimulation, right? I was thinking about this. I said, man, these women is full of ish. And you gotta know that, man. You gotta know that when you break up with them, do not care about anything she says or does. Just focus on the fact. Y'all broke up. Why? Because XYZ, right? Okay. F her. We're gonna try not to cuss on this. Who cares what she talking about? Nobody cares, man. Move on from her. Some of these women be like gargoyles with tits, and y'all be, oh man, I wonder if his D bigger than mine. I wouldn't give a F if it was. I know I'm cold with mine. Is he cold as with his? The thing is, I was just telling somebody. I said the thing I'm worried about the most is these chicks ain't clean enough. So you can't even do the stuff that you would want to do with a lot of them. We was talking about that. So one of their stingers is being able to tell you you're small. You're small. You're D little. That's their stinger. That's their stinger. But then the next woman will be like, you the biggest I ever had. Now, which one of them is telling the truth? Who knows? That's why you don't listen to them, man. You stay stoic either way. If they giving you your props, if they not. Simple as that. But we need to get back into this. I don't want to talk the whole time. And y'all missed this. I'm taking y'all stinker. I'm slanging my ding-a-lang how I slang my ding-a-lang. Who cares what you talking about? Any of y'all.
Size really doesn't matter that much.
Like 5 inches, 5 to 7 inches, that's average. Like,
that's another
artificial
intelligence
That's
is
what reshaping the way we work and creating new skills gaps overnight. Organizations are harnessing the power of AI to prompt a new wave of innovation.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
She started off, hit the nail right on the hammer. Bam. The average is 5 inches. And it's like, okay, wonderful. Because she just said, average is all she needs. So we're saying 5 inches, great. But then she said, yeah, average is 5 to 7 inches. Guys, that is just such a fucking wide range. I mean, good Lord, do you know how many standard deviations of a difference there is between the average, let's just say that's 5.5 inches to 7 inches? We're talking 2, maybe even 3 standard deviations bigger, okay? So,
and that's nothing. So all of you little convict jailbirds who don't do nothing but jag off, and you got 100% blood flow, because all you can do really every day is work out and jag. So you got 100% blood flow, whereas a dude that might have stress in his life might not be eating right, or some this, that, or the other, he ain't getting 100%. So it's not a flex, man. It's not. I told y'all about when I was at Jackson State, how the one dude, they was talking about how he was, and the other dude was tiny. And the girl picked the dude, was all in love with the tiny dude, and picked him over him. But she had both of them. This happens very often with realistic women. Think about it, man. If you was getting trains ran on you and you are a promiscuous woman, then sometimes they got their bottoms snatched too many times. So it's gonna be them that need that. Whereas the average woman, and I was just talking to a relative, he said, I'm telling you, man, it's different for everybody. He said, he was talking about one of our other cousins, how they was out there in California messing around with strippers. And he was talking about how small them strippers kitty cats was. Whereas you had an average woman around here that have a bigger one. He said some women just got big cats. He said the other word though. But let's get back into it. I'm taking y'all sting. It's over for y'all. It's over.
So well outside what is considered the normal range. So no.
And then hold on. I lied. Let me just say this before I get. Some women are lazy in bed. And they want to blame the guy. The guy, if he gets excited this way, that way, this way, and you don't do it, then he might not be 100%. One day I got a confession to make, and this ain't for kids, yo. This ain't for kids. I was doing my thing in the bathroom, in the mirror. Then I was flexing, shadow boxing, doing everything I did my thing. And I was looking at myself like, I look enormous. There's some of y'all, it's the way you look at yourself. Like, you are hearing from, think about it, if you're hearing from somebody who don't respect you, don't like you, what are people, this is what I tell people all the time, even when they mention the hood I grew up in. This is what I tell them. I say, it's all in who you hear from. If you were listening to somebody that didn't like somebody else, then of course they're going to shoot down and talk down on the person they didn't like. Women are notorious for that. They're notorious for that. When they don't like you, you can't do nothing right. You can't, and that's why I got so mad the other day when I was told some negative things about me as a father. I'm like, where's all this coming from? It's coming out of the mouth of somebody that don't like me. It's not into me. They don't respect me. So of course, they ain't got no stinger no more, man. You ain't gotta worry about being allergic, because they ain't doing no damage no more. They ain't doing no damage. Look, man, whatever you got, whatever y'all guys got, work with that. Don't let these insecure, jailbird, female raised, broken hearted as kids, felt like nobody didn't love them, people make you feel bad about anything. Y'all gotta realize these people are carrying hurt. So they gonna come at y'all and try to hurt you so you can feel what they feel. And that's some content creators. Don't get caught out. The prophet is speaking right now. Don't get caught out. You talking a little too much, man. But I know from the Most High showing me that you were brokenhearted as a kid and you still dealing with some of that. So don't get caught out, man. Don't be on here like you perfect and you better than other dude, because you will get caught out. From now in the future, when I smoke somebody, it's gonna be prophetically. Cause y'all be trying to talk like y'all some gods or something. We only got one of them. And it ain't you. But back to the video.
"7 inches is not normal. And in fact, it's time for Hink's reality check already. So guys, I just did a video on worldwide averages, and we're going to look at some of this data today. It's this paper right here. So looking at erect length, here's a quote from the study. 20 studies analyzing erect lengths, so that's over 18,000 men, had a range of between 3.7 to 6.6 inches, with the mean or the average being 5.4 inches, okay? So guys, what's important?
Hey man, you still gotta work with it, man. Just work with it, man. Get a little more, do a little more lead up. Get a little more violent with it. But they capping, man. They capping on you. Okay, so let's say one dude is 3 and one other dude is 8. This is 5 right here. This is 5 right here. With most women, that's just space. It's just space in there. That's all it is. Now, it is going to depend on some factors. You got to figure out how to bang this chick, whatever chick you with. But don't let her make you feel bad about what you have. Just do the best you can with what you have, because don't nobody take the D like porn stars. And I'm dude, trust me, them dudes you looking at on them sites, a lot of them only on there because they know that they're above these other guys, but they not think about how many men it is in the world or how many men it is on them sites. The world is different than them sites. You see what I'm saying? Just like in basketball, I mean, in the NBA, you see most of the players over 6'5", but you don't see that when you leave the house. You ain't gonna see a whole bunch of people over 6'5". That's the point I'm making, but let's get back to it. It's over for y'all chicks, man. It's over. It's over. When they loose like that, it's usually because they done had one too many different sizes. Or some women, they probably don't close back up after they had kids. And then other women, they just had multiple at once. They be sticking stuff in themselves. Just keep going though. A lot of them probably do that to themselves.
From that of those 18,000 men that were measured, the biggest erect bone-pressed penis size they came across was 6.6 inches. So nobody in this study had a 7-incher, but yet
that's crazy. Yes. No, I'm just kidding.
He's saying, I don't know, 5
I'm
to
not
7
gloating
is
on
average.
other
Like,
dudes.
do you see how asinine and ludicrous that is to actually say something like that? And guys, here's another study. I made another video on this too. It's like the Am I Normal study looking at over 15,000 men. And guys, here's a graph here. They found that 90% of the men were between 10 centimeters and 13 centimeters, or between 3.94 inches and 5.3 inches. The max recorded in this study looking at over 15,000 men, the max recorded size was 17 centimeters, which once they say something like that. And guys, here's another study. I made another video on this too. It's like the Am I Normal study looking at over 15,000 men. And guys, here's a graph here. They found that 90% of the men were between 10 centimeters and 13 centimeters, or between 3.94 inches and 5.3 inches. The max recorded in this study looking at over 15,000 men, the max recorded size was 17 centimeters, which once again is 6.7 inches. So it wasn't even 7 inches, okay? So do you see how crazy it is to say that the average is between 5 to 7 when in these studies, they don't even have guys that have 7-inch dicks on there. So guys, you should feel better about yourself and understand that when women talk about size, these corn stars talk about size, and even men, that they shift and they skew their numbers. Because I always say this, guys that are 5 say they're 7, guys that are 7 say they're 9, and guys that are bigger than 7 say they're basically somewhere between 9 to 12 inches. And at least people in the comment section, like this comment here, are smart enough to know. Like this guy says, like,
take this stinger out, Hank.
Average thing. No, 5 to 6 is average, and that's
Hank disarming these bras.
People are wising up to this bullshit. Guys, before we move forward, if you're enjoying the video, you're enjoying my content, please take a second to just leave a like. It costs you nothing. It means the world to me, and of course,
and that's all I'm gonna play out of that video. Hank just disarmed these modern women. But it also shows us why guys getting their passports. They getting their, look, man, I mean, it's stereotypes about Asian women out here. And some guys don't experience, they say it ain't no stereotype. If you know what I'm saying. So, stop listening to them, man. In fact, I'm going to talk about this probably tomorrow. How some of you dudes, because I was reading a comment from a guy who was basically talking about how his girl is a Jezebel. How his wife, girl, whatever she is, Jezebel. Listen, y'all letting them talk too much. The more they talk, the more they going to get in your head. I don't care who you are. When they talk and they say things that ain't right, or they try to shoot down on you, you're supposed to stand on it. Then they next move, usually they'll try to cry or act like you just a horrible guy. Who cares? Who cares? And who cares? The woman try to talk down on your height or your pea size, you got to start doing them like this, man.